Do you think McAfee is related to everything? Well, I know he done a lot of stuff, but it's kind of weird though that he killed himself whenever cryptocurrency became so popular. Like
You
this,
ready for
like,
this?
well, this year and last year, I've heard more about cryptocurrency than I ever have in my entire life. And even in that interview that I was talking about, they done with Adult Swim,
Yeah.
I can't say what he was going to do if Bitcoin didn't reach $1 million
Yeah. He
dollars
said
by
something
tomorrow.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, he was talking about that like if it wasn't a thing by the end of 2020, all of a sudden that's all you hear about, and McAfee has killed himself.
So there's a reason for it. So here it goes, man. The whole whack thing on his arm, the money sign beside of it. If you put a money sign beside a few letters on Twitter, you'll see crypto. So that was him selling that on Ethereum. So I know like he played that into the fact that if I do get killed, I didn't do it. But whacked was actually a coin on the ERC20 chain. So he made money off of that. That was advertisement. But the whole concept of him dying, and there was another prominent man in crypto who died like about 4 or 5 days ago. He drowned, and he owned over 1 million Bitcoin. And there's only 21 million Bitcoins in the world, ever will be made. So that was a huge hit. And the last 4 months, there's been a huge attack on cryptocurrencies because, like I said earlier, I don't want to get too far into it, but they can't stop it now. The governments can't stop it, so they can discredit it. And what they're doing is it's called FUD, it's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. They try to tell you, like, just type in JP Morgan Bitcoin today and scroll through the news every other day. It's bad. We just bought 1 million of them, though. We're going to start offering it to our people. It's bad. This government accepts it. This government says, no, it's a ban. Then 4 years later, this government accepts it. This is all them trying to drive the price down so they can buy it, because too many people bought it 10 years ago, and there's going to be a huge, huge shift in wealth and power, that this is the only time in our existence that people will be able to get one up on a government. And a lot of governments right now have more power than other big governments. And that's why this is a big conspiracy right now. And it's all these other coins, like the meme coins, don't matter. That's all just trying to distract you from Ethereum and Bitcoin, the main ones that will be used. And it is a world currency. And we're seeing adoption in the last 6 months. And now you're seeing El Salvador, who's like, hey, we're going to adopt it and make it legal tender. And
Yeah.
people are like, oh, Elon, say something about the power grid and how bad it is for the economy, blah, blah, or whatever, for the world. But yet Elon mines lithium batteries and sells you that stuff on government stipend. All these people are actors, man. And the crazy thing is El Salvador's president's being pushed hard by the world banks because they're going to lose power.
Mm-hmm.
I described it to somebody the other day, like, you remember this because we're about the same age, I believe. And when we grew up, we started getting debit cards, and that was it. We were introduced to it. Your mom and my mom, or your dad, my dad, weren't. Whenever they started that stuff, they were like, and they still might be that way. No, I'm not going to the ATM. It's going to take $250. Me and you just think it's normal. They're taking our money, and they've made it normal that we don't care that they take our money for keeping our money. I'm going to give you my money, and then you're going to charge me to use it. And it's insane. So now this is the moment where we are doing peer-to-peer transactions through a blockchain, which is transparent, meaning you can see if I sent you money. I can send you something and everyone else can see it too because it's on a public ledger. The government doesn't like that because the government prints money and they try to hide it every other way they can so they don't create inflation, which makes people, our dollar just dropped 4% last month. So now we can't pay for things. We lost power, purchasing power, and we're still working the same amount, maybe more. So the governments don't like that stuff because they can't hide it because it's transparent.
Yeah, well, like you said, that they can't control cryptocurrency is why I think the government is so against it.
Well, they're against it because of transparency, though. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, that too. But the transparency, like you can do whatever you want to if you have Bitcoin. There's no taxes that are connected to it.
Well, we do pay taxes. You do get KYC'd. So they do make money from you. It's capital gains. So they like it, but they don't like how it's being integrated. because like we will always need the dollar and the yuan and all the other currencies, because we need to off-road and use that in wherever we're at to purchase things. But they don't like that, because say like they would rather us put all our money into paper and rocks, gold and silver, you know. Yeah. There was a gold mountain found in like Colombia or the Congos like 2 months ago. It's not that valuable of a precious metal. And yeah. It's such a crazy thing when you think about it, like that they are losing control. They're losing all this money that they would be getting from us by saying, don't do it. It's not good. Like even Warren Buffett was saying it was against it for years. And now he didn't buy any last week, but his company bought $500 million into a company that does custodial services with Bitcoin. But he's against it.
Yeah.
You know, follow the money, man.
I think they know what's going on. I mean, well, we already know that they meet in these like
Bohemian Grove
and places like that. I mean, like everybody and everything is connected, and they plan out how everything's going to go. But I could also see a future where, you know, just real currency today with the paper bills ain't a thing, and then it's all cryptocurrency. We're living in a world that's going digital.
Well, we're using Venmo. I'm surprised they let us do that.
Yeah, I am too. But really, like everything's going digital. We have virtual reality. We have virtual money. We
NFTs.
live in these virtual worlds.
Yeah. NFTs are going to be the new thing too. They've been out for a couple of years, but a lot of people don't understand them yet. But NFTs will be pretty big in the crypto and just normal world.
What is an NFT?
So it's a non-fungible token. So basically the way I look at it, and it can be used in many applications, but the application that I don't know everything about crypto. So if anybody out there wants to comment and correct me, thank you. I'd like to know more. You can never know enough. But the application that I understand it, and the best way I can describe it would be, it's a letter of authenticity. So example one would be, as a musician, I can sell a deluxe copy of my next record as an NFT. So basically, I'll put it out there in form, and there's 10 of them, and 10 people buy it, and I send all 10 people those tokens on the ledger. Like I can send you the Bitcoin or whatever coin you want to use for that token, so that if you ever want to resell it, people can't be like, well, that's not the real Mona Lisa. It's like, well, yeah, it is, because here's the proof, and I can send this to you, and here's the ledger that shows it that it's proof. It's like cutting out the guy that appraises everything and says, yeah, that's a real thing. No, I can show you proof there's only 10 of them, and it's transparent. So it's just like the people who leave their tag on their hat, or the rich people who, you know, only buy real, name a type of purse or whatever, you know, because they know it's not the fake one. And it doesn't make a lot of sense to some, because they think, why would you want a digital copy of something? Well, you also can get a physical copy with it. It's an accompaniment. It isn't just, you know, some people do buy like skins on Call of Duty. Why would you do that? Because you want to use it. It's a fun thing that's part of a game. Same concept, you know, except for it can either accompany a physical thing as a letter of authenticity, knowing that it's the real deal, or it could be used as augmented reality, like Pokemon Go, or any RPG game you ever played as a kid. Like, do you ever play those games like World of Warcraft or something? Yeah. You can buy items. Same concept. You want to buy something that's not real, but you're going to use it in an application that is real. So like NFTs are going to be huge, and it's a good way for an artist to get more money that they deserve versus the record label gets that money. You know, it's like, it's almost like putting the power back into the whole concept of crypto is putting your money and your power back into you and me, not them. Same idea with like NFT with artists, you know, and there's other applications too.
That makes sense, man.
It's stupid when you look at it with the description, but because again, you're like, why would I want to buy the real Mona Lisa really when I can just print off a copy on my phone and hang it up? Well, it's to prove that you're a bad person and you got the real one. Yeah. You know.
Well, when it comes to materialistic items, that's a lot of people's thing that they just want to show off.
I was never the kind that wanted a Ferrari. I don't want a really nice. I bought this shirt at Walmart. Like, whenever you were a kid, you thought of like having the best of everything because it showed some type of status symbol, and that's a big thing in the world. People want the real Air Jordans. They want the real Charizard, or they, what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
it's a way to tag those things and make them authentic.
So Bernie's the one that got you into all this cryptocurrency stuff?
Oh, here we go, dude. Where's Bernie? That's the name.
Where is Bernie?
That's the title. I think this is the real conspiracy, man. I think he was planted. Yeah. I met him in 2006. We've been friends ever since, and I think this is the long game. I think he was an agent. I'm surely making this up because like I was hanging out at his party weeks ago. But years and years ago, he said we should buy some Bitcoin, and I never did, never thought about it. And about 7-8 months ago, he messaged me and said, "Hey, man, you should try to get into Bitcoin. It's down." I bought a bunch, and I made a lot of money. And now it's all I do. He doesn't own any. I'm like, oh man, he was planted here. He never got in it.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying, man. I'm thinking he was planted to slow down my productivity.
Or maybe to speed it up with all the money that you're making.
Oh man, he might be an alien that's here. I'm the anthill, and he's like, "Hey, anthill, I'm going to show you how to build a better anthill."
Exactly, like you said, like the people coming down to help you out.
Yeah. Oh man, this is too much for me.
I can see him being an alien. Like he looks like a normal dude, but he also doesn't look like a normal dude.
Well, he's not a normal guy. He's not normal, No, he's he is living. He moved to downtown Cincinnati, got another job, and he's doing some analytical stuff.
That's what he wants you to think.
You're right.
And with a name like Bernie too, I mean, like there's not many of them.
I know, man. It's he.
That is a weird thing though. Like, why did he get you into it and never get himself into it?
That's what I'm saying, man.
Never asked him?
Well, he had some like 10 years ago for a different reason, buying random stuff on there, but when you could buy things on the internet. But yeah, he doesn't have any in it. And I know he doesn't have any because he had a hard time transferring it to me when I bought it. So it was like, and by the way, I did not buy any from him. I couldn't KYC, my license was expired. So he had to buy it and then send it to me. Just for anybody out there who was going to try to bust us with the feds.